Homework for Tuesday 1/2015. Tonight you're going to have two things that you need to do for homework. The first thing involves the worksheet that I gave you in class today. It's called Checkup 2, Thinking with Math Models, and you're not doing A or F at the top of the paper. You're starting with number 2. The worksheet that I gave you that you're going to start on tonight looks a little bit like this. And notice that this is problem number 2. It is at the peanut butter sodium content and price thing. Second thing you're going to do for homework tonight, besides this part of that worksheet, which is only 2AB, is that you're also going to do a couple solving inequality problems. You will write the answers and the work for those inequality problems on the back of that worksheet so that you're not using any extra paper. If you're absent and you're just listening to the video at home, go ahead and skip the worksheet part, 2A and B, but go to the video and watch and solve the inequalities. Try to do as much as you can on your own. Here we go. So what I want you to do is you have two things to do on this. It says draw a linear model. That means put in the line of best fit. And then I erased on the worksheet where it says find the slope of the line. I instead would like you to find the equation of the line. So now I want you to use a ruler, turn the video off, and do what it asks you to do. Then turn the video back on and be sure to check yourself. Okay, so I drew in a line of best fit, trying to get as many points above as I have below, approximately. I am kind of ignoring some of the points, and I'll show you which ones they are, because I think that they are outliers. I'm talking about, for sure, these 2 points. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. These 2 points right here, and maybe even this point is an outlier, but for sure these two are. These two are way far away from the rest of the points in the line. This one's fairly far away. So I've got my linear model in now. And remember that I said that instead of finding the slope of the line, you were supposed to find the equation of the line. So go ahead and cross that out. To find the equation of the line, we have to do two things. We have to find the slope triangle, and that gives us the slope. And then we also have to find the y-intercept. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this graph here so you can see what I did. So I found a spot where the line is crossing a grid intersection point fairly well, and another spot. And then I did my rise and my run. I noticed that they're counting by 25s here, 25, 50, 75, 100. And here they're counting by 2.5, 0, 2.55, 7.5, 10, etc. So this is 225s or 50. And for this I did 5, 10, 15, and then 2.5 makes 17.5. So my rise is 50, and my run is 17.5. In order to find the slope, you have to divide those. When I do 50 divided by 17.5, I have to remember that the 50 is actually a negative 50, because on the graph it's going down, it's not going up. So see how it's going down. In fact, the whole line is going down. And so when I divide negative 50 by 17.5, it comes out to be a really long number, but I'm going to round it to the nearest tenth, so it's about 2.9. So there's my slope, and then I'm also going to need my y-intercept. So I will look at my graph a little more closely again. I did not mean to do that. And I'm noticing that it's above, it's above 275, I'm going to say maybe 280. So then the equation of the line would be that the S, or sodium, is equal to about 2.9, so that's about $2.90. P, that's per serving, plus, I said that was about 280. Okay, so the sodium's equal to 290 times the per serving plus 280. And then I have to remember that this should have been a negative number and this should have been negative. Now, when I look at your paper, I should absolutely not see the same exact equation. You should just have an equation with a negative slope and a positive y-intercept. You should have your ratio for your rise and run. Slope triangle should be there. There's no way that your line is exactly the same as mine, so there's no way that all of this is exactly the same. You should have done your own work. You should really just be checking yourself now. Okay, now we're going to do two solving inequality problems. We haven't done this for a while, so I want to go back to it. I'm going to put these on the back of this worksheet. So turn your paper over. Okay, so copy down the problem. 3x plus 12 minus x is greater than or equal to 2. Now I want you to solve this problem, and before you watch the video, I want you to turn the video off, and then I want you to check yourself. Okay, so I have to combine like terms. That's 2x plus 12. This is a lot like solving equations. Is greater than or equal to 2. Now I have to get the variable by itself. It has the 12 with it, and it has the 2 with it. Always get rid of addition and subtraction first. So subtract 12, subtract 12. This is going to give me negative 10 over here is greater than or equal to 2x. I divide by 2, I divide by 2, and x is greater than or equal to negative 5. Now we're going to graph this, and I didn't tell you to graph it, so it's okay that you didn't, but now put a graph in. So we need to have three numbers on the number line. We need to have negative 5, of course, and then we have to have something bigger, negative 4, and something smaller, negative 6. And this reads x is greater than or equal to negative 5. Well, the numbers that are greater than negative 5 are this direction, so I shade it and fill it in, and there we go. So on this next problem, in case I forget, you do need to graph it and solve it. Remember, you shouldn't be following along in the video, but you should absolutely use the video to check yourself. This is number 2. We'll go 3 times the quantity x plus 4 plus 6x is less than or equal to, whoops, let me make that look neat, is less than or equal to 3. Now remember, when you solve this, you also need to draw a number line to show your answer, so turn the video off and do the problem on your own. Okay. Distribute. Work from the left to the right. So 3 times x, 3x. From the left to the right, 3 times 4, 12. Okay, I took care of all of this. Left to the right, copy this down, plus 6x. Copy this down and copy this down. Okay, now I'm looking for combining like terms. Okay, 3x plus 6x is 9x. Notice I work from the left to the right, and I always recopy everything as I go so I can see the full equation. It's all on one line and really easy for me to work with. Okay, now I need to get the variable by itself. Here's my variable. It has being multiplied by 9 and having 12 added to it. Which one do I get rid of first? If you said the 12, you're right. To zero out 12, I have to subtract 12 from both sides. 9x is less than or equal to -9. Another one that's going to work out perfect. To get rid of multiplying by 9, you divide by 9 on both sides. 9 divided by 9 is 1, and 1 times x is x. I'm going to copy my sign down. And -9 divided by 9 is -1. I still have to draw my number line. And of course, just like always, there needs to be 3 numbers on there. You need your -1, you need a number less, and you need a number greater. It's kind of weird that the number greater in this case is 0. This time it reads x is less than or equal to -1. Well, where are the numbers that are less than -1? They're to the left of it. And there you go. You're done with homework for Tuesday. And you only have a couple days left because Wednesday and Thursday are the only other days that I'll give you homework. Have a good night.